Have you ever noticed the strange way they disappear, and yet, somehow always find their way back into your life? It's not random. It's not coincidence. It's a pattern, a quiet invisible game they play, one that most people never even notice until it's too late. Your avoidant ex reaches out at the most unexpected moments. Sometimes it's a text. Sometimes it's a call. Other times it's just a faint message in the corner of your mind reminding you of them. And in that moment, your heart skips a beat. You feel the pull, the old excitement, the hope. And yet, underneath it all, there's a test you can't see. Every word they write, every silence they leave behind, it's a measurement. They are testing your patience, your composure, your ability to stay grounded. They want to know if you will chase, if you will panic, if you will beg, because if you react the wrong way, you fail before you even realize a test was being taken. And here's the subtle truth. It's not malicious. They aren't trying to hurt you. They are scared of intimacy. They are afraid of closeness. And at the same time, they are deeply curious about how much of you is still there, waiting, reacting, hoping. So in these first few seconds, you must understand one thing: your calm, your quiet strength, your refusal to react impulsively. That is the power they fear most. That is what will silently shift the balance. The rest of this video will reveal the hidden tests they use before coming back, and more importantly, how to navigate them without losing yourself. Because if you don't see the game, if you don't master your own reactions, you will fail these tests, even before they speak a single word. Have you ever wondered what really goes on inside their mind when they pull away? When your avoidant ex distances themselves, it's never just about space or independence. Beneath that calm, detached exterior lies a storm of conflicting emotions, fears they rarely admit, desires they barely understand. They fear closeness. They fear it with every fiber of their being. The thought of being truly seen, truly known, makes them uneasy, and yet, they crave attention. They want to know you still care. They want reassurance, even if they would never openly ask for it. So they push, they pull, they create distance, then measure your reaction. Every silence you offer, every composed response you hold, it shakes them more than any harsh word ever could. They are constantly reading, scanning, analyzing. They watch how you respond to their absence, to their games, to their quiet testing. It's not cruelty, not really. Most of the time, they aren't even aware of the games they are playing consciously. It's fear disguised as indifference. They are terrified to admit they need you, even as they test if you still care. They are caught between wanting connection and fearing it at the same time. And here's the subtle truth. Most people miss your emotional balance has power over them. When you react impulsively, panic, chase, over-explain, you give them validation for their fear. But when you remain calm, grounded, unwavering, you disrupt their pattern. You show them a strength they didn't expect, a stability they cannot control. This is why understanding their inner world is so crucial. Every push you feel, every distance they create, is not a rejection of you. It's a reflection of their insecurities, their inability to be vulnerable, their silent struggle between fear and desire. So watch closely. Notice the way they linger in silence, the way they observe, the subtle hints in their words, the pauses that speak louder than sentences. And remember, the more you stay calm, centered and aware, the more you pass the unspoken tests they are setting before you, without saying a word. Because the truth is simple, they are not testing your love, they are testing your composure. And in that composure, lies your real power. Have you ever felt it? That subtle tension when they send a message and then nothing, no follow-up, no explanation, just silence. It feels small, almost insignificant, yet it's powerful, because every move they make, every pause, every delay, is deliberate, too careful. It is never random. Avoidants are masters of invisible tests. They don't announce their intentions. They don't lay the rules on the table. Instead, they create a quiet stage, a space where they observe, measure, and assess. They watch how you react to the small things, the in-between moments, a delayed reply, a lingering glance, a word left unsaid. Each is a tool, a subtle gauge of your emotional balance. And here's the crucial part: your patience, your composure, your refusal to chase or overreact. That is the stage on which they see who truly holds the power. React too quickly, panic, beg, over-explain, and the test is failed. They have not done anything wrong. You have simply given them the reaction they were expecting. But when you stay composed, calm and grounded, something shifts. Suddenly, the rules of the game change. The subtle tension they create cannot manipulate you. The invisible power they thought they held begins to dissolve. Every silent pause, every delayed reply, becomes a mirror reflecting your unshakable strength. This is the quiet power you need to understand. They do not crave control for control's sake. They are not trying to trap you, though it may feel like it. They are testing the limits of your patience, the stability of your emotions, the depth of your self-possession. They want to know, are you reacting from fear, need, or insecurity? Or are you responding with clarity, composure, and calm awareness? And here's the paradox: the more subtle their attempts, the more important your internal mastery becomes. Every glance, every message, every pause is an invitation, an unspoken challenge, to see who will bend first. And the answer is never in chasing, never in begging, never in panic. The answer lies in stillness, in quiet confidence, in a presence that cannot be unsettled. Master this subtle shift, recognize the invisible tests for what they are, and watch how their perception changes the moment they realize your calm is stronger than their chaos. Because when you hold your composure, the game is no longer theirs to control. Have you ever felt your phone buzz, and it's them, that unexpected message, that sudden call, the kind that makes your heart skip a beat? In that moment, it feels like the world pauses, excitement rushes in, hope flares up, and old emotions come flooding back. But beneath that thrill lies the first test they are giving you, the sudden contact test. This test is deceptively simple. They reach out at random, without warning. It could be a hey in the middle of your day, a subtle comment on social media, or a voice message left in silence. The purpose is not to reconnect genuinely, not yet. Their goal is far more calculated. They are watching closely to see how you react. Will you drop everything? Will you chase them desperately? Will your calm shatter, revealing your vulnerability? Here's the trap. If you respond with panic or urgency, if you appear too eager, you unknowingly validate their pattern. You show them that their sudden appearance can pull you off balance, control your emotions, and dictate your energy. That is exactly what they are testing, how much power they still hold over you. But there is another way, a better way. Respond with clarity, not urgency, with composure, not desperation. Take a moment to breathe, assess the message, decide how it aligns with your peace, your priorities, your boundaries. When you answer from a place of calm, you do two things simultaneously. You protect your energy, and you pass the first unspoken test, without even acknowledging it. Remember, this is not about ignoring them completely. It's about responding with intention. It's about showing that your life, your stability, your peace, is not for negotiation. They want to see if you will chase, if you will bend to their sudden whims. And the more grounded you remain, the more the subtle shift begins. The balance of power moves gently, but unmistakably toward you. This first test is the foundation. Every subsequent test builds on it. Your calm, your self-possession, your refusal to react impulsively. That is the silent signal that you are not a puppet to their unpredictability. You are the observer, the unshakable presence, and that is exactly the power they both fear and secretly crave. Just when everything seems steady, when you feel a connection forming, suddenly they withdraw. No warning, no explanation, no reason. It feels abrupt, almost cruel, but in reality, This is the second test your avoidant ex is giving you, the withdrawal test. This test is subtle, almost invisible, but powerful. They pull away to gauge your response. They want to see whether your emotions are tethered to their every move, whether your peace is fragile enough to shatter at their absence. They watch how you handle the space they create. Do you panic? Do you chase? Do you try to fill the void with fear or insecurity? The withdrawal test is not about punishing you. It is about measuring emotional control. It is their way of quietly asking, can you stay grounded, even when I step away? Every moment, you resist the urge to send a frantic message. Every time you choose not to overthink or overreact, you are silently passing this unspoken test. Here's the key. Your calm is the mirror. They watch most carefully. If you panic, they see fear. If you chase, they see neediness. But when you hold your boundaries, when you maintain composure, you show them a quiet strength they cannot control. And in that calm, your power grows. Imagine it like a scale. On one side is their withdrawal, their absence, their silent testing. On the other side is your response, your composure, your patience, your self-possession. Each time you resist chasing, each time you respect your own boundaries, the scale tips in your favor. You are no longer reacting to their unpredictability, you are mastering it. The withdrawal test also reveals something deeper, your growth. It reflects your ability to detach from the chaos, to honor your emotional stability, and to remain centered regardless of their movements. This is not indifference. It is wisdom. It is self-respect. It is the quiet demonstration that your peace is not negotiable. So the next time they pull away unexpectedly, remember this: do not panic, do not chase. Every second you maintain composure, every moment you honor your boundaries, you are silently passing the test, and that is the quiet power they both fear and respect. After the sudden contact and withdrawal, the next subtle tests emerge, the jealousy test and the attention test. These are quieter, more psychological, yet equally powerful. They are designed to measure your composure, your self-possession, and your ability to remain unshaken in the face of their subtle provocations. Test 3. The jealousy test. At times your avoidant ex might casually mention someone else. It could be a friend, a colleague, or even a vague someone I saw recently. The goal isn't about the other person, it's about you. They are testing your emotional reaction. Will you feel threatened? Will anger or insecurity bubble up? Will neediness seep through your calm exterior? Reacting impulsively is failing this test. It signals that their words, their games, or even their casual comments still hold power over your emotions. But when you respond with calm, composure, and unshakable presence, you pass. You show them that your emotional stability is untouchable. Your peace cannot be manipulated by hints or subtle provocations. Test 4. The attention test. Next comes the attention test. They want to gauge how much of your energy, focus, and validation they still control. Every interaction, every glance, every acknowledgement is silently measured. Will you give too much? Will you overinvest your attention, proving that you are still caught in their orbit? The key here is balance. Give respect, hold boundaries, maintain self-possession. Your calm, your confidence, your refusal to overreact or overgive, that speaks louder than any words. This test is not about ignoring them, nor about being cold. It's about showing that your presence, your value, and your emotional balance are your own, not theirs to manipulate or demand. Together, these two tests reveal a deeper truth. They are not just testing your reactions. They are reflecting your growth, your inner strength, and your mastery over the pull they try to exert. The more grounded and composed you remain, the more these subtle games lose their power. So when jealousy or attention-seeking arises, remember your calm, your boundaries, your self-possession. These are your answers. They are your silent victory. The tests may continue, but your power is now unmistakable. By now you've seen the pattern. The sudden contact, the withdrawal, the jealousy, the subtle attention tests. But here's the deeper truth. These are not personal attacks. They are not designed to hurt you. They are reflections, mirrors of your emotional habits. Each test is a quiet reflection of how you respond under pressure, how you manage your emotions, and how much power you allow them to hold over you. React impulsively, panic, chase, over-explain, or give in to insecurity, and you reveal imbalance. You show them that their unpredictability still affects you, that their emotional games can unsteady your foundation. It's like giving them a map to navigate your vulnerabilities. Each reaction becomes data for them, a measure of your emotional availability, your need, your attachment. But when you react with calm, composure, and quiet confidence, you reveal strength. You show them that their games no longer dictate your peace. You demonstrate that you are aware, present, and grounded. You are not pulled by their whims, nor shaken by their silent manipulations. Your inner stability becomes your silent answer, your unspoken declaration of self-possession and control. This is why they come back, not for dominance, not for control, not to punish you. They come back to measure growth. They want to see if you have become unshakable, if your peace is untouchable. Every subtle test, every pause, every delay, it is a reflection of their curiosity. Have you mastered your own reactions? Are you free from fear, insecurity, and impulsive neediness? And the realization hits hard. The power was never theirs to take. It was always yours to claim. Your responses, your composure, your calm awareness. These are what define your position in this subtle psychological dance. The tests are only as powerful as your reaction allows them to be. So watch closely, reflect deeply, and remember this: their patterns are mirrors. Your growth is the answer. Your composure is the victory. And in understanding this, you step into a space of clarity, where their games no longer bind you. You are no longer reactive. You are unshakable. As we reach the final moments of understanding, it's time to reflect on the ultimate truth of dealing with an avoidant XX. Your peace is your power. Every boundary you establish, every calm moment you hold, every refusal to react impulsively, these are not just acts of restraint. They are declarations of your strength, your self-respect, and your emotional sovereignty. Think of your boundaries as a shield, not a wall of anger, not a fortress of indifference, but a living, breathing defense that protects your energy and your well-being. They test you not because they want to break you, but because they want to see if you can protect yourself, if you can remain composed even in the face of subtle provocations, sudden contact, or silent withdrawal. Do not fail their invisible tests. But the secret is, you do not have to even acknowledge the tests consciously. You pass them simply by holding your calm, by honoring your dignity, by embracing your self-worth. Your reaction, or more importantly, your lack of reaction, becomes a mirror of your inner mastery. Every time you refuse to panic, to chase, to overinvest, you are showing them, and yourself, who truly holds the power. They may return, they may attempt the subtle games again, but by now, you are not the same person you were before. You are the version of yourself that is unbothered, unshaken, and unmanipulated. They return not because they control you, but because they recognize the shift. They see the unshakable presence you have cultivated, and in that presence lies clarity. The truth of their heart is revealed, not through their words or actions, but through your unwavering response. The truth of your heart is revealed as well, through your ability to remain centered, grounded, and fully aware of your own value. This is the final wisdom. Power does not lie in reaction. It lies in calm, in boundaries, in self-possession, and in unshakable inner strength. The games they play, the tests they set, and the patterns they follow cannot touch you unless you allow them to. Stand firm, honor yourself, protect your energy, and only then will you truly understand the subtle dance of an avoidant X, and more importantly, the power that has always been yours.